Assalamu alaikum dear audience, this is Sanobar Sultan and here we are on Sanobar's World. So today the topic of our discussion is treating disrespect. Now you would know, especially people with white collar jobs or middle class people, respect is what they've earned for all their lives. And to attain that reputation, that respect is more important than the money that they've made. And this is unlike thick-skinned jobs, for example, politicians or TV personalities, because it's part and parcel of their job to being ridiculed and then praised and ridiculed and all that. So especially middle class people or people with white collar jobs, they don't have that type of thick skin to take disrespect. So it is different people react differently to disrespect in our normal lives. So before talking about how to treat disrespect, we're going to discuss two methods. But before that, I'll like to share an anecdote about the reaction of people. So the anecdote goes like, there was once a king and he wanted to check the temperament of his masses. And one day he decided to promulgate, you could say, an ordinance that the public would be made to stand in queues early in the morning before going to work, and everybody standing in the line would be punched. So he gave this order to get a reaction, to see how the public responds to this order. And the next day, the public did give a reaction. Now, what was the reaction? The public said that they would be much obliged if the king could make 2 queues instead of 1, so that all can be punched quickly and go on with their daily chores. So you see, that's a bit humorous, because somebody would expect that public would say, why are we getting punched? And this is inhumane. But instead the public said that make 2 queues so that we can hurry up with the punches. So it's so you see, that tells you a lot about the public. And what is more important is not the action but the reaction. So the reaction of the masses is more important, how they reacted to this as compared to the action. So that tells you about how important reactions are. So how to treat disrespect? The first method is, which a lot of experts also say, is the best answer is to remain silent. And according to experts, because the first reaction that would come would be an emotional reaction, and it is better to maintain your composure and then after a few seconds or minutes make that situation a bit awkward and say something like, that was uncalled for, or did you really mean that, that was a bit offensive. Now, the basic premise is not to get down to the level of those people and let them, let the dogs bark while you go on with your life journey. So that's one way of treating disrespect. The second option is to answer back, which is the Machiavellian style. And the concept behind answering back is that it says that disrespect ignored is disrespect approved. That means if you do not call out on that disrespect, that means you're telling the other person that it is safe to be disrespected again. So respect is not granted, respect is earned. And what it says is, this answering back says is, that is not the early response about how early you respond to that disrespect that's important. Rather, it is better that if you strategically withdraw, because you know the first reaction is going to be an emotional reaction. So you have to strategically withdraw, have self-control, maintain your composure, and then give a befitting reply at the given opportunity, when that opportunity comes to you. Because and once you will do that, you see, it's not as much about authority, it is actually the perception of authority that commands that level of respect. And that's the concept of deterrence. I mean, deterrence is there so that force is not used, and deterrence fails where force is used. So that perception of authority commands that level of fear, that the other person is going to think twice before they disrespect you. And to create by giving a befitting reply, not about how early you respond, but a timely response whenever you can, to create that invisible barrier of not crossing your boundary again. So if you ask my opinion, which should I say, would I be with go silent or would I go with answering back? I think with sometimes it's go silent is better. Sometimes go silent works, but I think the better option is to answer back, because the work environment is very ruthless. Everybody's out to get each other. People have money problems. So everybody's trying to figure out a weakness of somebody to use. So it is better if you create those boundaries and do answer back in real life settings. Not to go overboard with answering back, but I think answering back would be a better option, so that that level of mutual respect remains. So yeah, do let me know what you think about this video, and I shall see you all very soon. Take care. Bye bye.